So, alright, family, so yesterday I'm coming at y'all in this video. Today's video, we're gonna talk about my next astral projection. Now, I literally just astral projected a couple minutes ago. Because of all the information I was spilled with, it's all over the place. And it's a lot of things I don't really understand, but I need to talk to y'all about this before it leaves my head. I think there's a alien race that has to do with the word enzymo. Now, I know on Earth, enzymo is protein or something like that. But it's got to do with something like protein. I do research after I do this vid. But I think that's what links us with that alien race. And we also, like, I was able to astral project on command and shit. And, like, they was faking, like, this. They was trying to fake the moon going out. And this nigga, I think this the representation of this. Like, this nigga, like, we always, for some reason, all us humans was sitting on these, what you call it, benches, like you do at a football game, or whatever. And this dude was like, it was like this like fake ass moon, and we was idolizing the moon, for example, right? Cheering on, clapping for the moon and shit. And then this random nigga came up to the moon. Nigga went to it, and it was small, like a goddamn. It wasn't that small, but it was kind of like. Give me a second. Give me 1 second. It was kind of like this size, you know what I'm saying? Right. And I don't know why it was the size, but it was the size. And because of that, like, he the nigga went through the moon, right? He just phased through the shit, and it's like he reappeared again, and this time he reappeared. He was walking into the moon again, but he kicked the shit and it inflated, so it was like fake. But I didn't look in the sky for some reason, and like I seen that vivid memory, and then for some reason, before that memory, I was like in this club talking to this girl I never knew. Like, it was like I was living somebody like lifetime and shit, and I was in this club with her and shit. And out of nowhere, like, I ended up being myself and shit. The girl walk in the club, I walk in the club after her, but then it repeats because I went in there the first time and I kind of waited outside. It repeated. I went in there the second time. A girl that I knew was asking me for a sample of something. The moment I walked in the door, it repeated again because I wanted to repeat it. So as I wanted to repeat it, I went back in there, right? And as I went back in there, she asked me the same question. I took it. She took whatever. I think it was like a brownie or something. I took the thing. She walked away. I didn't even really fucking eat it. Like, I just grabbed it just so she can get out of my face. So after I grabbed her and shit, grabbed it and shit, she walked away and whatnot. I seen like 3 girls. One girl was like one of my exes. Another girl was like somebody I used to mess around with. Another girl was like one of my sister's friends and shit. But I'm missing this to say this. These are people I could potentially fuck and shit. Which you would think this has no correlation to the story, but it does because, right? Something in my mind was like, I want to fuck with him right now, but I don't know why. So I didn't do it yet, cause I don't know why I just didn't do it. But I recognized the existence. So I was like, all right, bet. So I looped that dream again, right? And as I looped that dream again, I just said, fuck it. I literally did what the girl wanted, right? And then took the shit. She walked away again. I walked in the club and shit. Went up to 3 of them. Started messing with them. They literally was feeding off my energy. Like, not in a bad way. They wanted my energy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they was feeding off of my sexual energy that I was bringing to them and shit. And I can't really understand it, but just I was getting right with 3 of them. And it was kind of like I was repeating that dream to figure out why I needed to be there next time in the experience. And I was basically manifesting what I wanted to do before I went into that experience, which is why I mentioned that, you know what I'm saying? Now, I think I already talked about enzymo, whatever that is supposed to be, or whatever that is supposed to be. But after I talked about enzymo and whatnot, what else happened? Oh yeah, I was driving my cousins and shit around to like this weird thing. Like we was just riding down the highway and shit, and I was in this vehicle and shit. We was waiting on something. I really think we were trying to shoot a music video or something. You know, in the middle of like where I parked the car at, I just sat there and I Astral Projected. That's like I was going through different realities at first, and then I Astral Projected. When I Astral Projected, I seen like it was different forms of us. We were different on different planets and shit. Like we incarnated on different planets and shit. And that's where that enzymo shit came to me. So it wasn't just that. It was like even more. It was more complex than that. It was like us on one planet, us on another planet, on another planet, on another. It was all over the place and shit. But I couldn't like really correlate and get everything together because it was so advanced. I wasn't overwhelmed. It's when I woke up that I forgot all this shit. It's like I don't know why I forgot it, but I forgot it, and I was like, damn, bro, I'm trying to remember. So I sat for like 20 minutes trying to remember all this. I really couldn't. And this is me talking about it now because I want to tell y'all that I astral projected on command. I literally said, this is the exact words I put on ground chakra music. First, I'm gonna tell you what I did and how I astral projected on command. I'm gonna do a second video on that so y'all can do it as well. But I'm gonna get into that now. But firstly, I watched one of my spiritual teacher videos like I always do, right? And then I grounded myself with root chakra music. Cause you know I'm about to go to sleep. I'm about to basically travel to a different reality and shit. So you need to make sure yourself is protected, especially if you never met your spirit guardian, your spiritual, your angel guardians, or your spirit guides. You need to protect yourself. You know, so I protected myself and whatnot. I rooted myself, and after that, I meditated and shit with crown chakra music. After I got done with meditating with root chakra, I meditated with crown chakra, and like after I meditated with crown chakra, I laid down and shit to like lay down and meditate and shit, just so I can get ready to astral project. As my body started getting loose and shit, I feel like not that it was breaking down like matter, but it was like the bones and all of this. It was like I don't know what other way to explain it, but it was easing down as if like I was like relaxing to rest, right? Like I was getting ready to leave this body and shit. So I'm lay down and shit, and I noticed that because I'm so used to astral projection now. Like I know when I'm gonna astral project, and I haven't astral projected a lot of times, but I know the process that goes within it. So it's like I know when I'm finna astral project. So I'm getting ready, and I said, all right, let me go ahead and manifest this before I do it. Because before I even did it and shit, I already manifested I wanted to astral project in my head. So I'm going to try to do that tonight. So as I laid down, I said, all right, so it's time. I could feel it. I'm like, okay, it's time for me to astral project. So I say out loud, I said, this consciousness wants to astral project. Those were my words, right? I literally fell out of consciousness and actually did it. And all that I'm talking about now, I did because I did all of that. I literally manifested my astral projection on command. Like I say that to say this. Like the last time I astral projected, I asked for it. I literally asked for it the day of or the week of. I don't remember the time, but I know today I literally asked the man to go astral project today, and I did it today. You know what I'm saying? But my understanding from all of this is before I think when things are starting to get better and things are shifting to higher dimensions and higher consciousness and stuff like that, I think, for example, we as a human, before we do anything, we're gonna manifest it first. If it's something we think is important to us that we want to do, we're gonna manifest it. Then we're gonna do it. We're gonna keep replaying it in our mind before we do that thing. Now I feel like because we're humans, we can speed the process up in our head, then do it. You know what I'm saying? Now I know technically you kind of already doing that, but this way you seeing all energies in the room before you do it. You literally are knowing what you're gonna do during that time, and you're gonna play it your way, kind of like in a movie where this nigga was like trying to get out of his that looping reality, and he was like trying to figure out how to beat it. But in a way, you're not there to beat it. You're gonna keep doing it until you say, okay, this is what I'm gonna do, or you're gonna keep doing it until like, yeah, exactly. You gonna do it till you like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. Then you actually do it. You know what I'm saying? So like, I believe we're gonna be able to astral project on command. I believe we're gonna manifest things in the astral world, astral version first, then do it. I also believe that they're gonna fake some planet coming down and shit, and a hologram is gonna be exposed. That's what I think. I also think the enzymo, if it's just a molecular protein, or if it's some type of entity, whatever that is, I think that's gonna be exposed. Basically, some alien is gonna be exposed. You know what I'm saying? It's really, I'm trying to think of more stuff, but it's hard because I gotta keep remembering off of my memory, and it's so fast right now. Oh yeah, 5. Like, let me go ahead and say this: when you see people astral project, if you never astral projected, you wonder why they so excited, because they learn knowledge that they never knew before, and it's supernatural, literally supernatural. It's like something that's literally out of this universe. I mean, it's inside of this universe, and it's out of your reality in this universe and shit. So it's like you getting divine truth from a level that you never seen before. And for some, depending on the information, it could be overwhelming, depending on how much information you get at one time. But at the same time, you gotta understand that you could literally miss a lot of information and still getting it back in a way. See, all of, like, even though I astral projected, all of my thoughts and stuff that going on, interpretation and things, I think and I predict will happen and stuff like that. For the time being, that's because I'm trying to remember all that I just saw. But I'm gonna keep trying though. But I'll let y'all, bro. I'm about to make that video right now. Peace, love to y'all. Stay at a high vibration. Stay consistent. Manifest everything, and peace out.